I can't sit in a chair right. Hello. Some of you who follow me on Twitter know already this is not the first time I have attempted to film this video. I have been filming on my iPhone and the original take got lost. It just got lost to the sands of time. The file got corrupted somehow, and it seems like every file that I record on my iPhone is getting corrupted right now. So, why does this look so nice? Well, my good friend is a videographer and is helping me work on the music video for the single that is coming out this Friday. If you haven't already, click the pre-save link in the description below and save that new song. It's a single, it's 2 tracks, it's called This Time It'll Be Different. The other song is called All I Can Do, which some of you, that is going to sound familiar to you. I won't say anything more than that, but I do have one other thing to share. Weibo. Want to say hi, Weibo? No, he says. What do you think, bud? He is my brand new cat. He's a ragdoll, which is why he's letting me do all this good stuff. He has some skin conditions, but we're okay with that, right? Yeah. So that's Weibo. I've had him for about 2 or 3 weeks. He's a sweetie. Easiest cat to deal with ever, as you can see. He's not enjoying it, but he is tolerating it. Thank you, Weibo. Have I upset you? So, said videographer friend who is helping me work on this music video was kind enough to lend me his camera, which Weibo is maybe about to brush up against. No, he's not. We are safe. His lighting. We've got these lights behind me here. Basically, he gave me a whole video setup to use for the purposes of this video because I wanted to make sure this came out before the single did. I wanted to talk a little bit about my new album. Again, those of you that have been following me closely, either on Twitter or on YouTube, know that I've been working on a 22-track album for the past really few years, but especially sinking some time in over the past year or so, and it's done. It's finally done, and it's kind of mind-blowing. I submitted it to distribution. It's an independent release. Much like Full Savior, I did everything. The production, the mixing, the mastering, obviously the performance in terms of singing, rapping, guitar, everything. No one else has touched these songs other than, obviously, the collaborations that are on there. I have a song that I worked on with Always Apollo, who is incredible, an incredible composer. I have another song that I worked on with Trip, awesome rapper. Other than that, this has been my passion project. I've sunk over 1,000 hours into it, not an exaggeration. It's been a lot of hard work. As an artist, the fear is that you sink in 1,000 hours and you make this thing, like I believe so much in this record, but the fear is that no one hears it. The smartest marketing decision for me would have been to release each of these 22 songs, one every 2 weeks for like a year, to have this like steady drip of content. That's what the algorithm likes. It's like YouTube channels that upload something every day do better than YouTube channels that upload something every month or every other month. It's just how it works. From an algorithmic perspective, this album's a terrible idea. I kind of don't care. I kind of want just a good piece of art. But a big part of that is that I need every ounce of support that I can get. I need your support really more than ever. The song is called This Time It'll Be Different, and the reason it's called that is because I want to really give my all to the music industry. Songs and albums that I've put out before this have been made throughout some of the hardest years of my life. Even before the pandemic, things were really hard for me. I was unhoused for a while. I slept on an air mattress in my friend's grandparents' basement. You know, I haven't had a studio. I've never had a studio like this. And so everything that I've been able to accomplish so far has been while fighting really to survive, while working full-time, while doing all of this stuff. I'm not one of those music industry people who was able to live in their parents' basement for years and years while they got everything off the ground. I've been struggling with all of these issues. That's not to undercut the success of those people, because it always takes hard work to be successful in the music industry. But one thing that I've heard from a lot of people is, Alden, your music is so good. If you just put your mind to it, if you just invested the time, I think you could do this. And it finally feels like I am in a secure enough situation that I can make that happen. Now, I still have to work. I still have my day job. It's actually like 9 p.m. and I have to wake up at 4 o'clock tomorrow morning to go to my day job, but such is life. That's what happens when you lose a video to file corruption, and at the end of the day, it resulted in a better video. Even with that job, even with my obligations right now, I feel like it's possible. I have the space, I have the setup, and it is possible. The music is better than it's ever been. This is far and away my most professional piece of work, far and away my best mixed, my best produced, my best performed. My singing, I think, is better than it's ever been. I am just so proud of this project. Every little thing you can do helps me. Again, please click on that pre-save link in the description below. It adds it to your Spotify or Apple Music on the day of release, which again is this Friday, July 2nd. Listen to the songs. Tell me what you think. I want to know what you think of them. Like I said, I'm working on a music video with the guy who was kind enough to provide me with all of this gear. It's not going to come out at the same time as the song on Friday, but I'm really excited about it. We've been doing some test shots, we've been doing some brainstorming, and I'm feeling really good about it. It's the first time I've done a music video in like a decade. That might be true. I think the last one I did was when I was like 18 or 19 with Word Surround. Shout out if you know what I'm talking about. Very different times, very different music. But I do believe this time it'll be different. And that's what the song is about. The album is called The Comfortable Dark. And the theme basically centers around this insecurity that I've always had with my music. I've always felt like my music is too sad or too spooky or too dark. I really for a long time resented that about my music. I felt like, oh, why can't I make anything happy? Why can't I make anything that gets people feeling good? And I resented that for a long time. I tried to push against that grain. I've recently really just had this realization of like, no, that's what I like. My process is not decision making and calculating and saying, oh, I'm gonna use a major chord or oh, I'm gonna do this. I just go by feel. You know, what do I like the sound of? And it just so happens that the sound that I like ends up being this dark thing. For me, it is not scary or edgy or any of these other things that a lot of people associate with dark music. For me, it is comfortable. Really, that's the gist of it. That's the core of it. It feels cozy to me to be in these slow, dark, ambient pieces of music. That's true for me with some of my favorite artists, a lot of the people that I'm taking inspiration from, Portishead or Massive Attack, artists like The Weeknd who have that really dark sound. A lot of that has worked its way into this record. Does it sound like Chelsea Wolfe or some other really, really dark thing? No, it doesn't sound like that. If you're worried that I've become a goth metal band, you don't have to worry about that. It's a lot of the same sound that you're familiar with, just with this very new theme and this new energy. And there's 22 songs on it, which is partially why it's taken so much time and effort. And that's after I pared it down. There was a point semi-recently where I didn't know if I was going to be able to keep doing music. This is really me giving it my best shot. If everybody that sees this or hears the song shares it with one person, I'll be happy. I just want people to hear this music because I believe that it's good and I believe that it's meaningful and I really stand behind it as a piece of art. So there's going to be a single coming out every Friday for the next 3 weeks. So there's this time it'll be different this Friday, got another one next Friday, another one the Friday after that, and then on the 23rd, which is a full moon, the full album is coming out. This is the art. I made it myself. Maybe if I'm feeling clever and I have time, I'll put the art up on the actual screen. So I made that myself. I did all the lettering by hand. This has just been, all of my free time has been put towards this. So I hope it doesn't sound like I'm hyping myself up too much. I just want to really clearly communicate that I don't have the team that a lot of these, you know, even indie artists, usually they'll have the performer, the producer, the vocal producer, the mixing engineer, the mastering engineer, a manager to communicate with blogs, an artist for the album art, a label that handles the release details. I am all 8 of those people and then anything else that needs to get done. Any support I can get from the community really means the world. And once again, I want to thank Wade for supplying me with this beautiful video setup so that I could get this to y'all. I wanted to address all of the comments and questions about the album. This video is already running a little bit long and it's the second time I've recorded it, so I'm gonna get to those in the next video, which I'm planning on putting out on Friday. Just know that I'm gonna be answering all those questions. If you have any questions about the album, about the single, about the video, about anything that I'm working on, go ahead and post those questions in the comments below. I'm gonna be reading and responding to every single one. Please let me know your thoughts, let me know your questions. I know some people wanna see more bipolar videos and all of these stuff, so a lot is on the horizon and I'm really excited to share it with you all. So, thanks for making the time. Say goodbye.